it's somehow unbelievable, because you see the United States as a country, how important is the role of the United States in all of these geopolitical issues. And you see Donald Trump is behaving somehow childish. How is that? What's the perception on the part of Europeans, in your opinion? Do they really feel that they can bribe Donald Trump into the continuation of the conflict?
A perfect example. So he said, I've signed a raw earth deal with Zelensky. We've got this great deal. That's what the conversation was. You remember back in March, April, and still in May, that was still lingering. Neither Zelensky nor Trump is in any position to do such a grand bargain. Okay. And this all sounded very good, and certainly BlackRock and the big equity interests, global capital, let's call it, they like the sound of this until you start digging down into the details, and a lot of the profitable resources in what used to be Ukraine are in the eastern provinces. Okay, and also the developed resources. It would take time to prospect and develop for resources in Western Ukraine. And that's that's a big ROI, return on investment, that's required for any Western corporations. And Trump thought, we put U.S. firms in there with U.S. military protecting our firms. That guarantees the Russians won't attack us. So he's already basically turning U.S. corporations into human shields without even asking them. It sounded good for about a week. And then you can see what happened soon after Trump did this. You saw BlackRock pull out. They withdrew all these reconstruction plans, and that whole gambit basically has disappeared, because it's not really a safe environment to be doing business, especially with this president. The value for Trump is in the headline initially that will get him from A to B. So get him from May to June. And he'll do the same thing with another situation. But first it was Greenland. Then it was the Ukrainian raw earths for a very brief period. I think it was through about a week, that, the potential for U.S.-Iranian cooperation on this, that, and the other. And of course, that dissipated into nothing. And you see this on every sort of juncture. You hear from certain members of the Trump administration, well, if Russia and the United States were to, come to some arrangement where they could work together on a number of things, including the Arctic, wow, that would be a win-win for everybody. But what's the likelihood of that happening? Slim and none.